Hi, welcome. Literally the only reason I'm making this video today is because of the amount of DMs and just questions I get on my Instagram. I'm making this video today just for one purpose. I honestly just wanted to talk about Islam, and I wanted to talk about my journey with Islam. I just wanted to sit down. I'm gonna do my makeup while I talk about it because I feel like it would just be kind of boring if I just sat here. So, my story starts probably a year and a half ago to a year ago when I started getting interested in Islam. I think everything actually started when I got a job at a daycare. And if anybody from Kids Kingdom is watching this video, hi y'all. There were two girls in particular. They already know who they are, Mel and Zara, my loves of my life. Every time I would show up to my shift and they were there, honey, we would talk about Islam. We would talk about life, specifically religion. And it's kind of crazy looking back how many things they taught me about the religion in such a short period of time. And the thing that I loved about it was literally going home after my shift and just researching what they told me and finding out new things for myself, or just growing my brain a bit, because I was not very educated, to be completely honest. I didn't know anything about other religions. Obviously, I took world religions in high school, but that didn't do anything. My teacher was kind of whack, so I didn't really learn much. And having those two girls at work, literally, I was so excited to go in for my shift because I knew they would be there and I knew what we would talk about. So it just felt so good, learning from such educated, brilliant, beautiful women. And subhanallah, they just changed my mindset completely. I don't think that they know that. They honestly changed my view of religion in general. So yeah, I'm just really thankful for them. Alhamdulillah, they have helped me so much. My life before Islam, I wasn't Muslim at that point, so I was dating people, I was going clubbing, I was drinking, partying, etc. And I thought I was happy, and I wasn't. I actually wasn't. It was kind of this false sense of happiness that I was experiencing, going to the club literally every Friday, a clock, literally clockwork. I would wake up, go to the club, wake up the next morning, throw up, be hungover, and then go to work and make money. And it was there was no purpose in my life. I had no purpose and I felt nothing. It's kind of I was just numb, honestly. And it wasn't fun. And I say this because for me it wasn't fun. And I'm not judging or blaming anybody who still has that lifestyle. Go for it. If it makes you happy and if you feel good doing it, then go for it. But in terms of my life, if we're talking about, what led me to Islam, I just have to be honest, and it did make me happy. So that's why if I say something like that, I'm not judging anybody. I'm literally just pointing out, what happened. But I was meeting, people who I thought were my friends at the club. Turns out they weren't. I became friends with some really, really ugly people, ugly on the inside, not the outside. Some of them ended up going to jail. It was just messy. It was really messy. I did not have a good life before I was introduced to Islam. And I'm just so thankful. I'm looking back and I'm oh my gosh, my life was crazy, bro. I can't even explain it because it's too much, but I was just not happy, and I thought I was, which was crazy because now seeing how happy I am and knowing what I know now, it's why did I even bother with these people, they were subsequently ruining my life without even knowing it, and I was allowing them to. So flash forward, after the whole clubbing, dating scene, whatever, I did date a few Muslims when I was not Muslim, and great people, but I just got over it. I realized they weren't for me, and that's okay, that's completely fine. But they helped introduce me more to the religion as well, even if they weren't like praying and actively practicing their religion, they guided me towards it as well, because I saw them as Muslims, and I went home and I like researched and I educated myself, and I did everything because I saw them as, you know, they identified as that. So I became even more interested because of that reason. Honestly, I feel like university was like an eye-opener, because I saw so many more Muslims at school than usual. Like, I used to go to Catholic schools like my whole my childhood, and that's it. It was just a pile of white kids, and we, you know, said "O Canada" in the morning and did our Father prayer, and it was just like astaghfirullah. It was just the same thing over and over again. It was like a cycle. I actually used to go to church with my dad every single Sunday, and I was so happy, but like for the completely wrong reasons. The reason I was happy going to church is because I wanted so badly to believe in something, and I didn't care what it was. Like, at the point I was just like so done with life. I was like, I need to believe in something. There has to be a purpose in my mind. Like, to me, there's like an answer for everything. In my mind, like, there has to be a purpose for everything, and everything happens for a reason. So with that belief in my head, I'm like, okay, I need to believe in something, and there's nothing here that is showing me what's truthful. And I'm not bashing Christians, again, like, beautiful people. I'm glad they have a faith in something. It just wasn't for me personally. This is my experience, and like, not bashing anybody else's religion, but it wasn't for me. If anybody from Trinity is watching this video, bruh, after Father Steve happened, I was like, God damn, who can I trust? You know, who can I trust? Because it was like, all of these like figures, all of these people that were supposed to be role models were literally becoming like monsters. And I just saw the Catholic religion as a business. I did not see it as a religion whatsoever anymore. And it was sad. Like, it was sad to me. You go to church, you give them some money. They didn't really use it to fix up the church. They kind of just took your money and, you know, you left. And then I heard about Father Steve, and I was like, God damn, what do I do now? What can I believe in? Because this obviously is not the right thing to believe in. This obviously is hurting people, and like, I don't want to believe in that. So like, it was hard as like a young kid to realize, like, I had all these beliefs that had to do with Islam, but everyone was telling me that it was such a bad religion, and that it was, you know, like, that it was a terrorist religion. So it was pushing me farther away from it, even though it was the religion that I was supposed to believe in for this whole time. So after high school and that whole scene with like the priest and everything, astaghfirullah, like all that happened. And I wouldn't say there was one thing in particular that guided me to follow Islam. Let me see if these are gonna look cute. Hold on. No. Okay, anyway, like I said, there wasn't one thing that guided me to like follow Islam. It was kind of a bunch of things like clumped together. So, you know, the people from the daycare that I worked at, the people that I dated, even just clubbing and stuff. Like, once you're at such a low point, it's like you're so motivated to just research things that are going to make you happier and make your life better. And I truly believe that. Like, I started researching Islam for a reason, and alhamdulillah I did, because I can't even explain to you how happy I am now. And it's crazy, people can just notice it, like when they talk to me or when they see me, they're like, wow, you just look genuinely happy. And I think that's the best compliment that you can receive. The hardest part obviously was like telling my parents, and this is the type of DM that I get all the time. There was this little 15-year-old boy from, I want to say Russia. He DM'd me and was asking like, okay, I believe in Islam. I'm Muslim in my heart, but my parents are very, very Christian. What do I do? How do I tell them? You know, like, how do I go about this? Do I just tell them straight up, like, look, I believe in this, I'm Muslim? Or do I kind of like slowly get them like warmed up to it? And honestly, my answer to him was probably the only answer that you can give a little child who's like interested in this religion. Like, I'm so proud of him, first of all, for like coming to me and like asking these questions, because I want to help, you know, like he has such a beautiful heart and is so innocent. And I just love that he cared so much to talk about it, because a lot of people just are like, oh, they're my parents, like they're gonna love me no matter what. And yes, they should. But at the same time that you're making this huge change in your life, you have to respect them as well. And respect goes both ways, right? With that being said, my parents were like not chill with it at the beginning. It was like very toxic at the beginning, let me say, if that makes sense. Like, it was kind of like I was very standing firm on my beliefs and said, yes, this is what I believe in and this is what I'm going to do. And I didn't get the best, like I didn't receive like the best answers from that. It was more like, okay, what about ISIS? What about this? What about that? It was kind of like pointing out all the negatives. And I just said, look, you know what? As long as I'm not hurting anybody, as long as this isn't detrimental to our family, then I'm gonna do it, you know? Like, I've never done anything in my life that hurts the people around me, and if I did, I wouldn't do it. And this is one of those things, like, I'm not hurting anybody, so if it makes me happy, I will go through with it. And we will all learn as the time goes by that I'm still the exact same person that I've always been. I just have a belief system that follows this certain religion, and I'm not going to keep it to myself. I want to be vocally happy, and I want to vocally devote my life to my God, because it makes sense to me. Another like kind of question I get in terms of Islam is hijab. Like, honestly, I don't know, to me it was just so easy. And I know like for a lot of girls it's not easy, and a lot of girls just think, oh, I'm wearing the hijab because why am I, you know, like attracting men to me? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? It's not even about the men per se. Hijab was inspired by Mary as a way to like literally have people look at you for your personality and not just your body. Love yourself, love your body. If you're confident wearing whatever it is you wear, then wear it. Like, honestly, wear it and feel confident because you feel beautiful on the inside, not because other people are telling you that by wearing this you'll feel beautiful, etc. I started wearing hijab like literally even before I took my shahada. I ended up taking my shahada at the end of Ramadan this year, the one that just passed. That night, actually, I was literally like on the bathroom floor, and I was like, you know what? I'm alone. I'm going to take it. I ended up DMing this like Instagram help for reverts, and I can't remember the name of it actually. I think it was honestly called Revert Help or Revert Team or something like that. And they helped me through the whole process. Like, mashallah, like they literally helped me through the whole thing. Such a sweet lady. And she basically recited the shahada, which is what you have to say to be like to convert to Islam, which is like a sentence, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. And that's kind of like what you say to convert. It's kind of just like a seal of your faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's just how it went. It was super easy. Like, I literally right after taking my shahada, I just started bawling my eyes out because something came over me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I feel so like full, if that makes sense. To be honest, after taking my shahada, I didn't really tell my parents that I took my shahada. I kind of kept it to myself, started wearing hijab like full time, and started praying 5 times a day and learning how to pray properly, because when I started praying, I wasn't doing it properly. I was just praying in English, and I was just like on the floor, like probably bawling my eyes out, and not really knowing what to say. Like, I didn't know Arabic at all. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know the right words to say, but I could still feel like he was accepting my prayers because I was in such like, you know, when you're a revert, you don't know what to do yet, and Allah is still there for you. Like, if you're someone watching this and you're a revert and you're scared to pray, there's so many tools and resources on YouTube especially, but if it's like your first night praying and you don't know what to say, he's still listening. Like, he knows everything that goes on in your heart and in your mind, and that's all you need to know. Like, stop caring about what people think. People are gonna think whatever they want to, no matter what. Literally, you could like stop. I could stop wearing hijab, stop being Muslim, and people would still judge me. And the fact that I did it, they will judge me as well. But taking it off, they'll judge me also. So just stop caring. Do exactly what you want to do, and the right people will follow you no matter what you do. The wrong people, you didn't need them anyways. They were literally a waste of your time. So there's no reason that you need to keep them in your life. Like, literally, they're not worth it. For anybody that like went on my Instagram, saw the link, and is just like genuinely curious about why I chose Islam, it's the scientific research, bro. It's everything. It's all the proof that I have. It's knowing that literally the Quran was the science that scientists didn't even know about. Like, all of these people thinking that scientists knew about like the like space exploration and all this stuff, the fact that they thought that science came up with what has to do with a woman's uterus, no honey, it came from the Quran literally more than 1400 years ago, and that's just the truth. Like, to me, there was nothing that doubted me, and there is still nothing that doubts me on my decision that I made to revert to Islam. And honestly, I'm just so happy that I made this decision, and I wanted to make this video. Hopefully, inshallah, it helped somebody, like one person, to feel like, you know, like I'm not alone. Like, I come from Canada. I live in the capital of Canada. I'm 19 years old. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I had a bad past. Like, I had a completely different life than I do right now. But if I can motivate somebody to like go out and research for themselves and just like find the truth about life, then like 100% I'll do that, you know? There's like no doubt in my mind. Yeah, thank you for watching, and God bless everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.